Modern Mountain Man here. Tonight my wife is away, my kids are in bed, and I'm here shooting some content for a few AR videos. You know, a few things I've got coming up. I'm going to be doing range review, unboxing, and purpose of use on these 10-round Lancer mags. You know, there'll be a video right about there to check that one out. In addition to that, these cartridges you see loaded in here, these are some hand-rolled cartridges that I recently made. You see how on these cartridges they're lettered A through C rather. That is because there's the 3 variants on charge, the same bullet. So what I'll be doing is testing out those 3 different charges to see which one my rifle likes the best. So that's part of the purpose of use of those 10-round mags. The other video that I've got coming up soon, I will be sighting in this, put a new scope on my AR here. I had a 4x on there that was really good for a lot of different purposes. One problem I had with that particular scope was it had a rather thick plex to the reticle. And so I took that off, put that on a 22 that I was just going to be using for some short distance squirrel hunting, because that long distance, that thick plex was pretty much blotting out my targets. So I put one on with a much thinner profile to the reticle so I can actually see my targets at long distance. In sighting this scope in, there's going to be a video link right about here where I'm going to sight it in and use the 50-300 method. In other words, you sight it in to where it is point of aim, point of impact at 50, and it will also be point of aim, point of impact at 300. And anything in between then and there, it's only about 1 inch or so in variance. But I will be sighting the rifle in for that 50-300 using a 10-yard sight-in. Now you may have seen videos for 10-yard sight-ins before, but I'm going to show you a little hack that I've never seen in another video. Like I said, that video link will be right about here. But before I can do my range review on the Lancer mags, before I can dial in this scope, I need to build a couple of targets. See, I shoot at a public range, which is cool because it's free. It's there for me to use anytime I want to, except Mondays on cleaning day. And it's a 100-yard range. The only thing I don't like about that particular range is, you know, it's really, really busy. The range only goes cold about every 30 minutes. So if you set a target out there and something happens to that target prior to the 30 minutes, hey, you just gotta wait till the range goes cold again. So I'm gonna build 2 targets, one to set at 50 yards and one set at 100 yards, because once again, when I'm dialing in to see which of these new cartridges is best for my gun, I'm going to pattern a 5-shot pattern at 50 and a 5-shot pattern at 100 and see which one does the best. And so I'm going to design 2 targets that have 3 targets per target background for the 50 and for the 100, so that I can go 5 shots 50, 5 shots 100, dump the mag, grab the next one, and keep on going through. And so there'll be a link to, like I said, to the Lancer review here, I believe that was, and then the sight-in over here. But I'm going to go in the garage right now and build some targets. Come on with me. Well, guys, I originally mentioned to you I was going to be working on this project at night while my wife was away at a night shift, and then I remembered the time that I ran the table saw too late at night and the cops were called on me by my neighbors. So I figured I'd do them a favor and wait until the next day to do all my cuts. And I assembled it as my wife was on the way out to another night shift tonight. But hey, the goal of this project was to build 2 targets for free, so I just used some scrap. The plywood came from a leftover from an old church project. The legs on the project came from a leftover garden project that I had, and of course the pallets are free. You know, on the very first one here, I discovered that my plywood wasn't nearly as wide as my pallet was, so I had to, you see where I had to spring it a little bit to make it work, so it didn't come out quite as square as I would like, but I'm going to shoot it, so it's not a big deal. Then over here on this one, I popped in some 2x4 scabs to square it up a little bit better this time. So, hey, 2 free targets made out of scrap wood. Now it's time to get to the range and do some shooting. Y'all go and make some cool things like this at home. Hey, tag me in them, video response and whatever you want to do, but y'all go take your mountain.